So Madison, I know you're not a huge social media, Twitter, Instagram guy. However, social media has been buzzing around you for going back to the prospect look.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
tightened it up. What was the decision
Man,
made there?
I don't know. It's probably been 5 or 6 years, or I can't remember the last time I shaved completely, and it's hot, so I just did. I just did it. I went for it, but I'm on the way back, as you can see. I'm gonna grow the beard back. The clean shaven look's just not for me.
Got it. It's not for me either, but I don't have that choice, unfortunately. Hey, let's talk a little bit about what you try to accomplish in the spring, because you've been through this enough times. It's not like you're here trying to learn a new pitch or earn your way onto the staff. So do you just want to get out of here feeling good at the end of March, or what is your agenda?
Man, I try to use spring training to get ready for the season. So, with that said, I don't throw any bullpens. My arm's in good shape. I do quite a bit of throwing, and come in. My first bullpen's always here when we start camp, and do that, and then start throwing in games and just getting ready, getting a feel for everything, getting guys out, and all that. So, it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's good you get a little more time off for your arm, and you're not putting it through all that stress in the off season for no reason. Then you come here, and you have a tough time getting guys out at the beginning. So then you want to get ready, and that's what you're doing. But at the same time, you want to get guys out when you're out there.
Right. Right. So there has to be a little fine line too. You want to feel good, you want to get guys out, but you don't want to show them every card that's on the deck at that same time. Or do you even think about that?
Man, I don't think about it, because there's video of every pitch that anyone's ever thrown. So there's no it's no secret to what I like to do and how I like to pitch. So
right.
I just try to make sure that I get everything going.
Are you a big video guy? Do you
No,
use video?
I don't. I'll watch video of my delivery. If something feels off, then I'll try to pick that apart and see what it is so I can fix it. But usually, I'd rather just feel it. I try to, know my body and delivery as good as I can. So I'd rather be able to feel it. That way, when I'm out there and something's not quite right, I can fix it right then, instead of having to wait and go watch video and then wait till the next start.
What do you do in the winter too? Because I've always wanted to ask you this, because your former teammate Mark DeRosa has told all these legendary stories of you like wrestling bears and fixing trucks and doing all these things in the winter. What do you do in the winter? Is it any of that, or is he just hanging out?
Man, you just have to come and find out.
I'm not sure I'd survive. I gotta be honest with you, city kid. This year would be a little different, certainly for you getting to know new staff mates.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have that country music act of Huddy and Peeve and you.
Yeah.
It's a different feel now with Johnny and with Jeff. How's that gone, getting to know new staff mates?
Great. I'm Cueto's getting to go today for the first time in spring. I'm really excited to watch him pitch with a Giants uniform on. Everybody knows how good he is, and he's put up a lot of really good years. Samardzija is exactly what I thought he was. He just loves to compete, and he's an animal out there, and it's fun to watch. It's good to have guys like that.
How do you? Is it the continuity that you guys have had for such a long time? You've been there with one manager, one pitching coach, which is pretty rare.
Yeah.
Does that explain a lot of the Giants' success, or is it more than that?
Well, I think it's definitely more than that, but that plays a big part in it. Just having a lot of the same guys here every year, and you're comfortable with them. You're not having to get to know new managers and new pitching coaches. So, I think it definitely helps a lot.
Once the season starts, there's so much attention that's focused on the Giants-Dodgers rivalry for obvious reasons, and of course it predates you and I. But for you, is it different when you play the Dodgers? Do you sense a difference, especially when you match up against Clayton Kershaw, or is that just any other start for you?
No, it is a little different. Just because of the history behind it. There's no hiding that or pushing it aside. You just got to deal with it and kind of channel that best you can. It's always, it makes for a fun series for sure. It does. You know, we look forward to playing those guys, and I'm sure they do the same.
You're like a one-man argument for eliminating the designated hitter, by the way. I mean, that has to be something you enjoy a lot because it sure looks like it.
I do. I love the way the National League's played. To me, that's the way the game's meant to be played, and that's not to say that you couldn't do something else. You know, there's been a lot of changes made over the recent years, and you know, we'll adjust to what we have to. But if it's left only up to me, you know, I would choose to leave it the same, whether I could hit or not. You know, I like that aspect of the game.